Hey guys, February 8th, Northeast Georgia. Some people don't think we have winter in Northeast Georgia, but here's proof. Got about 5 inches of snow on the ground and about 24 degrees. Been a rainy winter, but not a whole lot of snow, but it's here now. But anyway, got in the creek a couple weeks ago and thought I would go over some things that I found. This is going to be a mortar that I found. Like I said, we've had a lot of rain, but that's a nice little mortar. What I would consider a portable type mortar. There's some in the creek that are in really big stone, of course, that you can't move. But yeah, there's the cupped out spot right there. And you can see it right in there. Anyway, it was kind of hard dragging that out. And this gets in, I think, a couple of the effigies. I think this is a bird effigy, the head being up here, and this is the body, possibly a turtle. Got an X through it here. You see that quite a bit, some of these stones. I'm not really sure what that means. Here's another one here. I don't know if this is an animal or a bird, but it's pretty neat. It's got some stripes through the stone here. This would be the head, kind of the back or wing part here. This has all been kind of notched out right in here. This would be the legs, I guess, here. So some kind of effigy, I believe. And this gets into my duck head effigy. It's kind of an old piece here. It's broke up a little bit, but there's the eye, of course the beak here. Anyway, I felt like I wanted to keep that. That's a pretty neat stone. It's old. Pecked out there at the bottom. It's broke out in the back here a little bit, but like I said, I still wanted to keep it. It's a pretty nice piece. And I'm not real sure about this one at all. I don't know if it's like a hog head or just what it is, but there's the eye. This has all been pecked out here at the bottom. Kind of got like a nose here. Anybody got any ideas on that? Let me know. I'm not real sure. And this, I don't think this is an effigy, but this is these triangles that I've been finding, and this thing is just absolutely soaked in oil. It's really amazing how much oil is soaked into the stone. So I don't know what they use this for. I don't know if it was a game piece or maybe a cooking stone, maybe. I'm not real sure. Where they would put these things, they'd get them hot and put them into, normally they would be like a basket with some kind of liquid in it to boil it. But I'm not real sure. That thing has just got a ton of oil on it and really been worked all the way around. Pretty neat looking stone. And this is another old bird head effigy. This is a really nice piece. It's been worked really well. Smoothed off, polished off all the way around this stone. Pretty neat little piece here. And this here I'm not real sure about. It's been pecked out all the way around the sides, all the way around this stone. Got a fair amount of oil on it, and so I'm not sure if it was hafted or handheld, because that oil gives me some indication that maybe it was handheld. Got a lot of wear right here on this end, so but I guess it could have been a hafted piece. They may have roped it right in through there or something. I'm not real sure in that groove. But anyway, pretty neat piece. This is a hammerstone, crushing stone. This definitely was used probably for walnuts, my guess, because it's so black. Probably use it to crush those husks on the walnuts. It'll definitely stain a rock like that. But that's a nice piece. It's been smoothed off all the way around. Somebody used it quite a bit. So my guess is for walnuts primarily. This is something pretty similar here. A lot of wear right here on this end. Been worked off right in through here on this side. On this side, it's got some notches right in here. Don't know if that was a hafted piece or not. Could have been, I guess. Some kind of handheld hammer. Not real sure. Probably use a little bit for grinding too. It's a nice stone though. This gets into my axe heads. This is like, I would think this is a little small Warren axe. Would have been hafted right in here. Got a little notch right here. Probably keep it from slipping. When they hafted it. And here's another little hatchet head, small one. Been worked out here, right here. And that's the cutting edge there. Here's a bigger one. This thing was probably hafted or either inserted into a large stick. That would be the hammer end right there, chopping end. Probably been hafted in here, or just this part been inserted into a large stick. It's all been notched out right in there on the top too. I think this is a Warren axe. Been hafted right in here probably. Possibly could be a hoe. But usually the hoes are worn a lot more than this thing. This doesn't have a whole lot of wear on it. So I'm thinking possibly a Warren axe on this one. Scraping blade here made out of black stone. Really nice sharp edge right there. They like to use that black stone for scraping tools. That one's probably a scraping tool also. Been notched out right here in the top for the fingers. Been held like that. Could have been chopper. It's that black stone. This is a little wedge shape chisel maybe. See this whole side right here is taken off here. Could have been used as a grinder also, chisel / grinder. There's a Hammerstein, and I think this was used primarily for grains, crushing grains, and not so much for making tools. But you know, it would have gone in this mortar like that, and you know, just ground back and forth like this to grind grains up with. But that's a nice little piece. I don't find too many of these oval-shaped ones that are used for crushing grains. Now that's a Hammerstein there. And that edge right there is the edge that was used to make tools with there. This is a pretty neat stone. It's got a cross in it, or a stick person. And if you can see where the arms are, they've got like these, it's weird, it's got like these flags. One flag kind of going down on one side and one flag kind of going up on the other. But little legs down there. Pretty interesting stone. It's got a little artwork in here too. It's like a star. It's kind of pecked in here. Kind of hard to see. It's worn a fair amount. It has some stuff on this side too. It's really hard to see. You can see it when the stone's wet. You can see it a lot better. But anyway, that's a nice tool. Been held like this, and that whole edge right there is what would be used to would be the striking edge there. This side doesn't have anything on it, no anywhere on it, and that was the spot there where they used to make the tools and stuff with. Probably hold it like this and then just strike it like that. Discoidal. These aren't perfectly round that you find maybe up in the Midwest. It's dimpled out on both sides. It's really worn. Find a fair amount of these. This is a nice pecking stone. Really dimpled out at the top there. It's made out of really dense granite. It's been polished really well. Got a little artwork in it, some X's in it and stuff. And like I say, I don't know what the X thing is all about, but that's a nice stone. Somebody worked it for quite a bit, particularly with the polishing part of it. This is another small little pecking stone, notched out the top. And this is a seed planter. So what they would do, they'd hold this like this, dig about an inch hole in the ground, pop a seed in there, and just keep going. But that's a nice little tool there. Find a few of these, but not many. And that's a grinding stone there. Be held like that. It's pretty neat. They did a lot of work to that stone. Got several different layers in it. But there it's, you can see this is really worn on this end here, on the bottom here. So they probably hold it like that and use it to grind with. Might have done a little pecking on this end with it because it's worn too. That's a neat little stone. And this is a grinder. It's kind of a pyramid-shaped grinder. They shaped it off in like a pyramid. Pretty interesting. And that would be the grinding side right there. Really worn. And here's another grinder, kind of a cone shaped. It's all been smoothed off. There's the grinding surface there. Another little tiny palm grinder. Probably the smallest palm grinder I've ever found. But don't break it here. All worked off right here. It's got that little ridge on it. My guess is probably this was made for a child. I really do. But that's how they would hold it. And if that was in a child's hand, it would probably be just the right size. There's the grinding surface. Very ground down quite a bit. Thought that was neat, because I never found one that small. Like I said, it's probably made for a child. And that's what I got for today. Cold day, snowy day. Don't know when I'll get back in the creek. But anyway, I appreciate you guys tuning in on this snowy day. And don't have anything else to do, take a look at this video and hope you enjoy it. And we'll catch you later. Thanks for tuning in.